The Hell of Kaisone Fambehain. Hello everybody. Today I will tell you about the story of Kaisone's Hell. It is very sad and very emotional events. Some of you may be very angry on these events, or him. The communists killed the people of Indochina in different ways. In each country, it was a different way. In Vietnam, they drove them out onto the sea and they died there. In Cambodia, it was the killing fields. And in Laos, they kept them confined in small areas with no food and hard labor in order to let them die little by little. They worked people to death in order to escape being directly labeled killers. The goal of communists was to destroy the people and make them become very poor so that they would have no option but to obey orders to follow the government, so they would be easy to command. They made the rich poor and the poor even poorer. In a communist country, there is no kind of freedom, and the people are very sad just working all day. In 1975, when the communists took over Laos, they collected together all the military officers and sent them to re-education camps, which they called seminar camps. They were like concentration camps. I was sent to the Sep 1 camp in Savannakhet province with 180 senior officers. I was a major. In this camp, we were fed only a little rice and salt for 3 months. We had to work very hard every day. I had to dig the ground, chop wood, and build the camp. I had to get wood from the forest about 16 kilometers away and carry it on my back to the camp. I also had to carry the rich supplies to the camp from about 30 kilometers away on my back. Then we were told we had to be self-sufficient. There was to be no more rice. We had to grow vegetables in order to feed ourselves. Soon everybody seemed like a living skeleton, not like I am now. Many people died. There were many of these camps all over Laos. The Pathet Lao or Neo Lao Huk Zath officers in charge of them illiterate and ignorant. They could only see one way, not to the right side nor to the left, as though they wore blinkers like a horse. They were commanded by the Vietnam, who were their advisors. Vietnam troops surrounded the camps to protect them. They did not serve as guards inside the camps, but if something's happened in the camp, the Vietnamese troops would help the Pathet Lao or Lao Huk Zath. They would arrest and kill the people. Then people in the outside world started hearing bad things about the seminar camps. The resistance was very powerful then, and Amnesty International in London was making demands that they release the people, but the communists didn't want to, so they came up with an idea. Seminars sound like a jail, but like commune sounds like something good, so they changed the name from seminar camp to communes. Under Secretary of State for Foreign Affairs Khamphai Buffa said in the United Nations that Laos didn't have seminars anymore. And it sounded good, pretty good to them. So they believed it. But the communes were really seminar camps. Only the words were different. The system of working, the system of living was the same. Medical care, inhumanity, no kind of freedom. It was all the bluff to placate the internationals. The resistance fighter didn't believe. They knew that the Tsang Lako, in the sub-province of Sep 1, it is in a stream in a depression between two hills in a heavily forested area. Father Mun and Father Ma Louis of Lako village and a Soimun of Bon Ka Louis know the place of the wreck and can lead you to it. The Wilco camp was right on the border of Savannakhet province and Vietnam, and sometimes when we were out working, we would meet men from the mountains. In 1982, I met a mountain man who told me that there were Americans to the U.S. in Dong Ha, a town in Bai Nishan province, which is about the middle of Vietnam. He gave me 3 names. Altogether, I was in seminar camp for 8 years from 1975 to late 1983. 3 years I was in Sep 1, 1 year in Tong Luong, and 4 years in Wilco. During most of this time in the camp, my wife and 2 of my children were with me. I was alone at first, but in 1977, when I was in Sep 1, my wife made a request to visit me. The political bureau gave her permission to come, and then they made her stay. Most of the people in my camp had their families with them. The communist tactic was this. They spread propaganda to the families who want to go visit their husbands and father in the camp. Then they gave the permission to 1 or 2 women to come and see their husbands. They let them go again, and these women added to the propaganda by spreading the word that it was okay to visit the camp. Then the second time, many people, maybe 50 or 60 went. They let them go again, and again they spread the word that it was okay.